area may have a few teams headed on over there. Let's see what's going on in the board or in the locab area. If we can click on somebody that is here. Come on, come on. Let me click. There we go. Here we go. Team 21 Esports coming on down, and you can see that there are two other teams over here already with them. We do have Team 12 with them, Atomic Team, and it does look like the other team might have had continued on. Oh, and we are all the way down to that southwest. All these teams up here in Le Cabaret are going to have to go ahead and rotate on down. Boars Gaming, the last match top fragger, has that nice road headed right on down that western wasteland wall. And they should be able to get on over there. Let's see how fast these teams rotate on down and in. Let's see what else is happening. We do have another fight going off. I feel like we got a fight going on over here in the Hacienda del Patron. Oh no. Ecosaw right over here with Fireboys Gaming, and all he has is his knife. He doesn't. Oh, and he's on fire. He is on fire. Get that fire out. And now he's got that AK. That might give him a little bit better chance, but he does not have a helmet or a vest. So now he's going to have to figure out what he wants to do. Let's go ahead and get into this action, as we do have Maru Ecosaw on the screen over here with Fire Voice Gaming. I do see another team not too far away. I see Team 11. We run Extreme. They are not that far away as well. So let's see what is happening with that. Are you coming on in? It looks like they're getting into those positions out and around the outside. And Snowick! Oh, Snowick's going down for Boars. Where did that happen? Where did that happen, guys? I'm not even sure. We're going to have to check out where that might be. At the moment, though, we do have the fights going off in several places. So let's see what else is happening. Where is this other fight going on? Where did they find Snowick's? Where? Oh, right here, right next door in San Martin. I'm looking across the map and we're not even close. And so now Team 16 re-zero down to just a duo. Let's see what's going on over here with Team 9 Star Esports. Let's see, Matador, hello. It does look like this fight has slowed down just a little bit. So let's see what's going on. I feel like we are still missing out on what is happening. So SW, where is that going on? We know it's not here, so let me see if I can find it on down here. Ooh, let's see, we do have Boars Gaming coming right up and in onto Brutal. Boars versus Brutal. Let's check in on the deli. Deli, are you going to be delivering any sandwiches? So let's see what's happening as they're still getting pushed up onto the bridge. We got Brutal Ice trying to hold off as Boars come right up and in. Warlock finding him. And now it is down to Deli and Kari. Then we are all the way across. Do we have... Oh, what a shot over onto the Warlock. But now Kari, their teammate, is coming up and along that bridge line. So let's see what is happening. We do have a couple of them knocked. Let me check in on our last match. Top Fragger, he is still in this. Let's give him a few more seconds. It's screen time. Love as. Oh, here comes another team. And we're sliding right on down. And oh! He does not miss that spray onto that motorcycle, onto Nari. And sorry, YouTube Chicken PUBG, I did not hope to catch Nari that way. But now they are moving away from the fight between the Boars Gaming and Brutal Esports. And I feel like Brutal Esports does have that solo player. We are down to just a duo over here. But looks like our top fragger, not only did he spray him right off that motorcycle, but he's going to be able to get his teammate picked up with 1 HP. So that is a good teammate. And Kari right on up here. Where did the deli? Where's the deli? Is he off delivering? Is he off delivering? Yes, he is. He's all the way down on that other island. So now let's see what's going on. I feel like La Gabaria, the two teams are right on top of each other. So I feel like, do we have one more? Yes, we do. We have the solo. We have a solo right here coming right up and around, trying to hold off the bushes. They came up and around. And oof, all four of them. They did not want to give him a chance, and now they do have to rotate all the way down because we are in La Gabaria. And as you can see, we do have to go all the way down to that southern edge. I see Team 8 or Team 9 Star Esports coming out of San Martin. Team 16 ReZero, I believe, are still a duo. Yes, they are still a duo over here in San Martin. They're letting them go ahead and get on out of there. The scammers coming out of Puerto Paricio. Let's see what's happening all the way over here. Ooh, we are down to just a solo over here, but he has 3 eliminations, and I believe this is the fight that I was looking for earlier that I could not find. So now let's see what's going on. Let me check in on Nari. There we go. So here you go, YouTube Chicken PUBG. Here you go, Nari Kutam. And I'm probably slaughtering that, but I am doing the best I can with these names. Safa, hello Safa. Alright, let's see what else is happening. We still have quite a bit going on. Let me go ahead and put that iPad up there, give you guys an idea where your teams may be. If you want me to check in on your team, just hello everyone, and happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the Bastards Diamond Series Grand Finals. One day, only 5 matches to win it. Let's get through these slots before they start without slot 3. No Name 77. Slot 4. Mystics Esports. Slot 5. Kill 4. Win. Slot 6. ALPI Alfie Esports. Slot 7. Game Point. Slot 8. Vincer Mortem. Slot 9 are the Exotics Alliance. Slot 10. Team TBSS. Slot 11. Maybe. Slot 12. VOOV Shan Voov. 13 Veterans. 14 Good Game. 15 Sector 06. 16 are the Brutal Teams. 17 KD Esports. 18 Lethal Paradox. 19 My Valiant Victory. 21 for all. 21 Top Stars. 22 are the Luis team. There you go. Levo Mohammed Ibrahim in my chat. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Welcome. Happy Sunday afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. I hope it's happy one. Whew. We are on hard start. We're a minute past 88 ways to die. Hello. The best caster is live again. Oh, big fan, Levo. Much bigger fan. Alright, they're calling last call, so we should be getting rolling soon. We're having a slow time getting a couple of these teams in. You can see slot 7 and 9 are a little slow on the draw. 7 game point, 9 Exotics Alliance. So hopefully they'll be in here soon. I did have a little bit of issues coming on in, so hopefully I got all those taken care of. I had no sounds in my earphones, but managed to get that right before going live. Talk about stressful. What a way to start. I have no sounds, but hopefully you guys do, but I got it. I got it, guys. I got it. Green Annie Bryan, the most OP. Everyone in chat, Mohammed is so sick today. Shout out to Mohammed for coming in and supporting not only me, the Bastards Discord, the Bastards Diamond Series events, these teams and these players. So Mohammed OP in my chat. Alright. Looks like we're starting to get them in here slowly but surely. 7 again is game point, and 9 again are the Exotic Alliances. So they must be coming in behind their exotic plumage. How's everybody's weekend been? Mine has been a very snowy one, and for the first time in 3 days, the sun is coming through my windows. Imagine. Now that I'm live, I get some sunshine. Of course, that's the way it's going to be. Alright, guys, here we go. Match number 1 of 5. We'll be doing Erangel, Miramar, Rondo, Miramar, Erangel. Unless they change it up, of course, but that's what they told me. So we go with what they tell us. Alright, let's see if we have sound when we get on in. Doop, there we go. Do we have sound, guys? No sounds? No sounds. See, I am having issues with sounds. Let me try restarting one more time. Oh, let's go over to the iPad so you guys don't have to worry about all this behind the scenes stuff. And let's try this one more time. I don't know why everything has to be such a pain, guys. Everything, I'm telling you. I am telling you. Hopefully. Looks like we got our very first flight path up tonight. We're coming in from that upper bass mouth lip right to the south of Kameshki, going over the top of Yasnaya, Rozhak, the boatyard, going over the top of Ruins, Mount Everest, and out the western edge. And we still do not have a sound. What is happening here, guys? Let me see if I can figure this out so that we can have some sound is happening here. Did that help? Did that help at all? Nope. I don't know why we don't have sound, guys. I don't know. Alright, we will figure this out. So let me go ahead and put that map screen up there for you for a minute. And I will keep trying to figure out why we do not have sound. Might have to restart everything, guys, because I don't know why we are having issues. We had sound right before we started. Don't know why the sound is having issues, guys. Let me try one more time to restart. Hopefully we will connect. I'm still trying, guys. I'm still trying. Alright, so might have to delay this for a minute to figure out what is happening because my Bluetooth does not seem to want to connect. I'll go ahead and put that iPad up there. Give you guys an idea of what's happening. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Give me just a second to figure this out because it's the Bluetooth not connecting over to my device. Hopefully you guys can hear me though. I'm sorry about this. I'm very, very sorry. And nothing is happening, so I don't know what is going on. Let's see. No. I know, guys. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why this is going on. My Bluetooth keeps kicking off though, so might have to restart everything. We had sound before I started, so I'm not sure what is happening. Let me check in on a couple more things. Sorry, I'm staying quiet, guys. Let me see if I can find you a fight, though, to keep an eye on. Sorry, guys. I don't understand what is happening. I might have to restart everything for some reason. We're having sound issues today. I'm doing the best I can to get this to connect, but for whatever reason, it is not connecting. Alright, let me see. Hello, Jimbo. I'm having a bit of issues with my sounds today. I'm not exactly sure why it's not connecting. I'll try this one more time. I am so sorry, guys. I have no idea what the issue is. I'm working on it. Let me go ahead and figure out if we got another crazy fight going on. Let's go on over here, see what's happening with these teams, and see if we can get some sounds, or like morning for you. Yes, I'm so happy we're here. Live is going great. I'm never gonna stop, as it did say. Yeah, it's not so great on my side. I don't know if you guys can hear that I have no sounds here, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get some. No, it is not connecting. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and put this map screen up. I'm going to be doing a couple of things. Still no sounds. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I'll be right back. I'm going to try a couple more things. I might have to shut this down and restart, but I'll be right back. Alright guys, we got this figured out and it took some time and I am so sorry to all of you out there. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and scroll on in and find out what is happening now. For whatever reason, my devices are fighting today. It's probably because I had 3 days of storms. We'll just blame it on the snowstorms. Here is your map stream at the moment. We are pushing over towards that western edge, and we do have Team 3, No Name 77, right over here with Team 6, Alpha Cafe Esports. Let's check in on Capzino. Look at this, up on top of that rooftop. Trying to get those angles right on in. So now, let's go. So tell him my chat, I am 3 minutes in your future, but we have sounds. We're over here with Alfie right in Gecka, but you can see Team 7 and 9 going out and around. Team 7, Game Point, 9, Exotic Alliance. We hear the sounds. I think they are chasing down, trying to get it over here onto Game Point, just trying to move on in. And if you look up in the upper right hand corner at the mini map, you can see that there are several squads out here in the middle of the Gecka field. So they are trying to get up here to the Wizard Tower to get the overlook onto the fields, and it does look like we've crashed over onto the other side for Team 7 and Team 13. Let's check in on what's happening with Team 13. The veterans trying to creep along. I don't think he pushed up to that farm area over there at the recall, the Gecka recall. He's gonna go ahead and try and get on out of there. And you can see that our zone did pop again. Let me put that up there. You can see that we are headed down to Gecka Quarry area. And Team 13 coming right up here into the observatory above the quarry, and he does have a full team right in front of him. You can see Team 8 right there, Vincer Mortham. And Vincer Mortham, let's check in on the Shroom coming right on through the swamp area, and they're coming up now onto Team 12. The Louvre. They're over here. We call this the hospice because once you go in, you don't really come out all that easy. It can be really easy to defend, but there are times it is really difficult, especially if you see what the Vincent Mortham are doing up and around on these angles. So you can see that they're trying to get the angles down onto those houses. That cliffside is really hard to get on into. So we got most of them coming on in. It looks like we have a huge cluster down closer to center zone. The Sour Boy getting taken right on out of his buggy. Let's go ahead and scroll on in on my screen a little bit and head on over to where it looks like we are right here in the middle. Yes, sound is fixed. Yes, it was really difficult to fix it today, so I'm not sure. I'm blaming all the snowstorms. That's what I'm going with. Alright, let's check out what we are doing over here with Meth 23. Meth does have to get on out of there. They came in as a trio and now they are just a duo, but they're gonna have to come in right next to TBSS, and you can see that TBSS is over here also keeping an eye. They're at the Gecka Recall Center. Ooh, we got some shots going off from Team 7 straight across. Team 7 Game Point. Let's check in on Meth 23 again, see what he is doing, because he's also keeping an eye up on that Wizard Tower that's just to the north of him. And our zone does pop again, and now we are going to the north side of this new zone. So it looks like we're going back up towards those Gecka areas. You can see right on there, we're going to the west of Gecka. Green, 3 minutes in the future, while I'm 9 hours in the future. Tell me the winning lottery tickets. I need a lottery win. Alright, let's see. Ooh, we just missed a fight right on over here. Looks like Vincent Mortham doing some damage. Up to 9 elimination. The Sharik, I hope I'm saying your name right. up to 5 of those 9 eliminations. And now we have EA over in the center in the fight. Let's go over to team of, we were able to clutch that up for good game, but now here comes 10 up onto the push. TBSS trying to take over the Wizard Tower, coming up and around. Oh, and he gets found on this push coming up, trying to get the teammates from atop. GG's. Oh, taken down and out. So now let's see what else is going on over here, because we are still crashing in right over here on this very edge, and we're over here at the swamp. Team 19 down in the 1 stacks. Let's go in and check in on my valiant victory. So it does look like 79 was able to get on out of there, but we've got the teams right up on this edge, and Shamus was able to get that. We parking our cars up on the roofs. Was able to get that ridge line cleared off. Barely made it out of the zone in time. Let me go ahead and scroll on in a little bit more. If you guys have a team that you want to check in on, just let me know. We will go and check on them. So now Team 4 coming down and in. Let's check in on what is happening with Team 4. Taz up to 2 eliminations. Mystic Esports. He's like, get in the car. Here we go. Here we go. We got some places to go. They are on the far edge of zone, so they gotta hurry up and get on in there. Let's get on over now to Team 5. Kill 4 win. Ooh, look at this. Our soul up to 4 eliminations. I hope I did not miss your squad wipe while we were fighting with the sound, but we do have game point right behind them out here in this Gaka field. We got the hay fields, we got the straw fields. So now let's see if I can get a sky view of what is happening. There is your zone, guys. We're up in the hills. We are all right along in these haystacks. We've got the water tower over here, and you can see that we're down to the top 8 teams, but we're still too far up. So to be able to see where all your teams are, I'll go ahead and put that on in there, give you a better idea of what is happening. It looks like Team 4 is having some issues. Let's check in on Sexy. Oh, gee. Ooh, he's able to get that player right on out of that vehicle, but then gets found by Team 11. Maybe. And now look at this. We're riding on the top of the Porsche. If you can't get in it, right on it, boys. Right on it. And these nades are coming right on in from Team 6. Alfie Esports trying to defend the push up and in by Team 5. Kill 4 win. So, Alfie, we got a member down to about 1 HP over here. Let's see what's going on. Jakey does get taken down, but we might be able to get the res off if we can hold off the push coming up and in. Green, have a wonderful live stream. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you. As you can see on the map screen, we do have Alfie right over here with kill for win way up on the long side of the new zone. So they're gonna have to come on in. We are down to the top 5 teams, and over here we do have the teams coming right up and in. So there is your zone. Look at this. We've got nothing in the center zone area, but I'll go ahead and leave that up this way. You can see that we're up on top of this hill with several of these teams. Alfie coming in, winning that. Up to 9 eliminations. We still have TBSS, Team 19, My Valiant Victory, Team 11, maybe. And here comes Alfie. So we'll go ahead and scroll into the top of this hilltop, give you guys an idea where everyone is. Oh, and Alfie going down. Let's get off of him as Tikas is still over here right on this edge, and we are down to the top 3 teams. We do have Alfie out in this field. That's a little better idea. Whoa. From GZ. So now we are down to a 2v2 over here. Because we do have, there goes Team 11, one of the players. So let's get on over to Team 11. With Spence on his side. Spence is knocked, and Jeezy may be the last one still standing as this Nay goes up and over on top of him. Let's go ahead and get this on the side by side. Jeezy down to 1 HP. Is able to get that heal off, and so now he is still coming up and around. We got Tornado. Tornado is up to 4 eliminations, and there is your ending. Once again, I am so sorry for the sound glitch at the beginning, but we are now back into it, and we have our very first match winner. This is TBSS. Coming in with 8 eliminations. Maybe coming in second with 11 eliminations. And Alfie coming in third with 9 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. 16 through 18, 19, and 20. Going all out. TBSS Tornado. 5 eliminations, 688 damage. Alright, I will be right back. We'll have some live scores. We'll have sounds for match number 2. Oh, sorry, one more time. Be right back. Let me know and we will zoom on in. I feel like our next fight is going to be right on over here. So let's head over to Team 11. We run extreme. They are coming right up here behind Team 21. No name 7 is 7. Right in the between the teams, because there was one up on that ridge line. And look at this. They are coming right up in onto Miraz, I'm not sure, but they did drive right on past them. So now, let's go. Let's see what else is going on. It does look like no name 7 is 7. Are we going to push, or are we going to just, I think we're just, oh, there goes one of them. We are coming right, oh, 2 of them down by nades. These nades from We Run Extreme. They are all hitting homes. They are finding their targets. And here comes another one from Nick Grilla. Oh, Nick Grilla going down. So now we're just down to Feedy. So let's see what he can do from across feed. From across that way, trying to hold him off from the rest of his team. And they are just swarming the knocked players of his team. But look at that, the other teams are coming down from the scammers. The scammers all the way over here are coming in onto this third party, trying to get some of those eliminations from across the way. But now they know that Feed is right up there, and here he comes. Clip's coming right up on top of him. Oh, he just saw him right there in that shack, and he can see him perfectly. Does Feed know that they are right there on top of him? His teammates still bleeding out across the street. Oops, across the street. That's not what I meant to do. I think they're just going to go ahead and rotate on down and in. I'm not sure where Feed is going to go, but the scammers may head on over there. He is now a solo. And I think he's just going to go ahead and stay on out of this fight. But We Run Extreme. I feel like the scammers may be coming up, checking in onto you. We are throwing smokes, trying to get our teammates picked back up. And the scammers are just, they're just going to go ahead and find their way home. I do see one up on top of that, the Tipsy Crazy God still trying to get some of those sprays right in the cross. All right, let me put that map screen up there. You can see that most of your teams are down into the zone. We still have a couple of them out in the blue coming in from that Impala area, El Bozo, in the San Martin area. But we are about ready to go into stage 3, and you can see that we are still down on Prison Island, Chumacera, Via Del Mar, so we'll have to figure out where we're going next. Most of these teams, because Miramar is so big, they are not quite as close as they look, but let's see. I feel like maybe Team 3 over here, Fireboys Gaming, maybe the next ones to have some unexpected guests over here in the Chumacera Abbey. 4 of them in the Golden Murano coming out of that Hacienda del Patron. But look on the map, you can see that they are all right around them, and I like how they are ready to rotate. They're just waiting, and we're not going to the island. So there we go. Look at this. Look at how fast they are rotating. But they had a team coming right up and behind them. Team 8, the K8M Army, coming right up behind them just as they were all ready to rotate. That is a pro team ready to roll, boys, ready to roll. And it looks like we're headed right on into No Names. No Names right around this corner. You can see the tag. That is the compound that's solo coming out of that chaos. Over with the scammers, and we run extreme, and oh, they are coming right up and onto him. So now, where was he? They found him already. I couldn't even find him fast enough. And look at this. We're up to 4 eliminations, but we're going to be able to get him picked back up. But we got a bunch of chaos coming on in now as our zone is crushing these teams into each other. Some of these teams rotated early, as you watch Fireboys getting right up and in there right at the time that the zone's closed. 8-8 now has to push into Team 14 right down below. Nova Junior heading on around. There is Luck. Let's check in on Luck, see what he is doing, because he was getting shot at. And does he worry about it? No, he just finds a place to park, turns around, and comes on back and says, you got my attention now. 8-8 and DD Batman. So let's go find the 8-8 Academy. That was right up in the over here. And who did you find? You found Batman somewhere along the line, Bob. Alright, so let's see what's happening over here with the Cam Army. We did lose Batman. Alright, guys. Alright, we're slowing down just a little bit, and I think that is the team right on over here. Let me head on over here for YouTube Chicken now. And we're down to just a duo for Team 19, Nare Kutam. And look at all the way around. We have Fire Boys right on top of them. And right now, no, it is not. It is Team 14, Nova Junior with Euquimarian. That's the 2 teams. I saw the orange and immediately thought of Fire Boys. Alright, so Cabor. Cabor, I think, has a really nice view right on down on top of Nari, so I'm not sure if Nari's gonna be able to get on in, because we're definitely gatekeeping him coming from that blue right behind him, right in that. Oh, but look at this. They're gonna have to watch their backs, because they are being watched from right across, and you can see right there in right when we were looking at them too. Hello, those shots came right on in. So look at that, right on top of that hill glitch, and they're trying to get up and around. And I do think that Nova Junior should be able to get that res picked back up, but our zone did pop again. And now that we've got everyone in this out of the blue, let me go ahead and zoom on in a little bit, give you guys a little better idea of where your teams might be. Let me put that map screen up there, rolling on down just a little bit so you can see all the teams. And now Team 20 is coming right up into the fight. Let's see what's happening right on down here as we're getting popped on out of that. And I'm not even sure. Hate most right in here, tucked in between all the scammers. We got the scammers coming up and around. Look at that nade. Ooh, that nade a little too fast. And here comes the scammers right up and behind him. And the scammers able to finish him off from right apart. So let's see, however it's spelled. I don't know. I have a hard enough times with words. Words betray me. Alright, let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. Let me put the map screen up while we are still a little quiet. And we still have water in this zone. It's not a lot of water, but the water is unplayable. So these teams, that 20 to 30% is still difficult for them. 8-8 still trying to push their way right up and into zone. And hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, TBSS with 18 total points. Coming in second, maybe also with 18 total points. Alfie coming in third with 14. Here are your scores, and you can see that we are really starting to back them in. We are on hard start. We should be their calling for the last call, so hopefully the rest of this stream will be going good. Vishal, be in my chat. Hello, Vishal. Yes, I feel like this new mode definitely rewards campers, even through the promotions up through Ace, etc. So let's go. They are still coming on in. Let me see. They might bring it on winter. Yep. What's it? Alright guys, I'll get back to you guys now. I'm just checking all the pings. I know you guys like to send me DMs when I go live, but look at this. We are almost all packed. Look at every team, every seat accounted for. Whoop. Let me see. Do we have a sound delay? Doesn't look like we have a sound delay. We might actually have it rolling this time. And this time we are headed into match number 2 of the Diamond Series for the Bastards Esports. TBSS Tornado. 5 eliminations, 688 damage. So as soon as we get in there, we'll be jumping with TBSS Team 10 and finding that tornado. Tornado, not a new name for me. I've been watching him when he used to play on GR Esports, and you guys know I'm a big fan of GR Esports. So let's find that tornado. Got him down on there, and now let me get him on the screen. Give him some screen time love right there. There is your last match, Top Fragger. Hello, tornado. Look at this. Whoop, right on through that window. The nade throws with the gyro. Alright, let me go ahead and put that map screen up there for you guys. Keep an eye on your teams. If you got a team you want to check in on, just let me know. But here we go. Match number 2. We're coming in from that western wasteland wall, just to the west of Ladrilla. Going right between Monte Nuevo over the top of Power Grid. To the south of Hacienda del Patron, through the center of El Pozo, and all the way to that northeast edge, just to the south of Terra Branca. So there we are. We are back. Yes, we are. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to match number 2. And it looks like we got several teams already jumping at the start of this flight pass. So let's go ahead and scroll on in on the smaller map and check in on what's happening. It looks like we got a couple of teams. It does look like Team 22, Luis team, is pretty separated. We got one headed down to Ladrilla, one going over to the eastern side of Ladrilla. We got a duo right on down just to the just below Sector 06, and our tornado is now off the plane, and it does look like he jumped not too far away from No Name 77. So we got some chaos already going on. We got 3 teams up by that El Pozo area. Got several teams going just to the north side of that, of San Martin to the west of water treatment. You can see that the Hacienda del Patron Farms, everybody's taking up one of those areas. So it looks like Cruz de Valle, we got 3 teams up in there and 2 teams up in Terra Branca. So we got some chaos going on. Let's head on over right now to the fight that's going. Ooh, are they? Nope, not by tornado. Click. Thank you. Oh no, Danzo in so much trouble. He doesn't even have a knife. Where's your knife, Denzo? And he is getting, look at this. He's down to 1 HP on the other side right here. And it is No Name 77. Danzo taking Danzo. What are the chances of that, guys? Danzo and Danzo. So now we do have another fight going on. Let's see if we can figure out where this fight is. And that was right there. Let's head on over to Cruz de Valle. We've got 3 teams over here. We've already lost Reflex for Team 9. Exotic Alliance. And it looks like he was taken out by Dritta right over here. Dritta keeping an eye on that church area on the western, or on the eastern side of the road. The rest of his team's over on the eastern side. So we've also got another fight going on between Top and GP. So let's see if we can figure out where that is over here. Top and GP. Is that also over here? Oh, I see. All the way up here in Terra Branca. So let's see what's happening with Top Team 21, Top Stars, and Team 7 Game Point. And I see Team 21 is pretty separated out. So let's see. I only see the duo over here for Team 21. And GP, they're staying pretty close together down here as a trio. So it's a duo versus trio over here. Let's go ahead and put that map back up there for you. And we'll keep an eye on where your teams are. Like I said, if you've got a team you want to check in on, and make sure you let me know. It's very quiet over here in Cruz de Valle. So let's head on over to Terra Branca and find out what's happening. This trio still trying to get up and in. Oh, it does look like we got another one. We got 4 Top. So let's see if Top can get his teammate picked back up and back into a 3v3 over here in Terra. Whoa! He came up and around on that. So now look at this. Here he comes. GP can 2C. GP can 2C. That sounds like a dance. Alright, so now we are down to just Kevlo. Kevlo is the last one still standing for the Top Stars. And he is just over here still trying to loot. He does have a level 3 helmet. So that's got to make him feel a little bit better. But it is a 1v3 now over here in Terra Branca. And they are starting to move up and around. If you look up in your middle mini map. You can see that we've got one coming up and around. That is test clause. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but GP can too see. I like that name. It looks like he may be coming up and around in that buggy, trying to get into that better position. And Kevlo, keeping an eye on him as he drives by, while the rest of them, look at your mini map, they are all closing right up and in on him. You can hear him on that backside. The mollies are coming in all three angles completely covered. We are up to 4 eliminations for Team 7 Game Point. And Game Point did lose the Groza. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and figure out what else is happening. I find that we got Team 16 Brutal team right up here on top of Team 14. Good game right on down below. They know that they're there. They're taking those shots, trying to keep them off these ridge lines, keep those sight lines nice and clear. It looks like Batman over here for Team 18 El Pozo. Team 18 Lethal Paradox getting pushed up on by the shroom of Vincer Mortam. I only see a solo. Oh, there they are. Here we are. Shirk is right on down below as well. I think you guys can kind of see what's happening over here in El Pozo. I'll go ahead and leave that up there for a minute while this fight is going on. Some nice sprays over those hill glitches. And it does look, ooh, nice sprays over those hill glitches. Let's get on over to the other side, see what we can see. Low, we got Lovelace right up on this rooftop, trying to get those shots over onto Team 16, the Brutal team. Brutal trying to move on over, trying to get Kari picked back up, but we do have Infi right on over here, and I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but there we go. He is trying to get those angles, trying to figure out where that knock player went. And we got K2 SV up to 2 eliminations, also coming in from the top of this ridge line for good game. And he's also got the ghillie suit, so let's see what he can do. Looks like he's been doing some shopping. Alright, so it looks like Batman coming right up and in. Batman is one of a duo still left over here for Team 18. No, right when we switched over onto him. So now Team 18, Lethal Paradox in the blue, in El Pozo, still trying to push up onto Team 8, Vincer Mortam. And ooh, what a nade coming up and over by Brutal. The idle goat is also knocked, so they threw those nades at each other. Lavac coming right up in the inside to get those shots over. And I think they're going to be able to get the idle goat pick back up, but we gotta stay out of the spray from Team 14. GG's. I'm gonna go to sleep. Guess good night, Green. Biggest fan. Sweet dreams, Levo. Thank you for coming out and catching some of this chaos. And we still have a bunch of these these players right on top of each other. Let's go ahead and bring back the map for you guys. I'll put the map screen back up there. And we'll check in on what is happening. You can see that we are still trying to get on out of there. Brutal. Another one taken down. So Carrie has been knocked. And now Lavac is trying to get those angles. He can hear the buggies right above him. Ibrahim, no, I'm the biggest fan. Oh, Lavac, he gets there. Carrie gets found. Lavac gets found. So now we are down to just a solo. And I think that might be it for Brutal. Because now we have Team 20 1-4 off. Labius is not that far away, and the rest of Team 20 is coming up and in. Thank you so much, Levo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and put that map screen up, give you guys an idea of where our zone is going to be popping. And let me see if I can find out what is going on over here with Alfie. Alfie also in a fight at the North Leones farm. We do have Team 5 coming down and through. Kill 4 win there on that cliff edge. And it does look like we are keeping an eye straight across onto Alfie. And I think that may be a me. Yeah, they are just gonna go ahead and head on by. They're just passing by. Alright, so let's see what else we can see. I feel like TBSS Tornado needs a little more screen time love, especially since they are right over here, sandwiched between Boo and Maybe. So right on top of it, looks like ME just got knocked somewhere as well. But look at this. We got to keep an eye on Tornado. Tornado is keeping an eye on the rest of the teams coming up and through. Our zone's getting ready to pop. I'll go ahead and scroll that on in. And I'll put that back up because we have 4 seconds left before our next zone hits. Let me see if I can find where MER. Let's go on over here. Ibrahim with the gifted membership. Thank you, Ibrahim. OP in my chat. ME Leo coming right up and in onto No Name 77. So now let's see what's happening between these teams, because we also have another team. Team 20 is also coming up and in. 1-4. Oh, and another gifted membership. Thank you, Ibrahim. So here we come right up and in, but they don't have time to really loot out of these crates, because here comes the push by Team 21. 4. Oh, Leo getting the initial knock onto Team 20 as they come pushing right up and in. Rex, happy Sunday to you too. Big fan, Rex. Dr. Chemist in the house. Alright. What else is happening? Maya's now coming up behind all this. Let's switch on over to 1-4. All as they are now getting sandwiched between these two teams, and they've lost zones. So we do have Mystic Esports getting some of those eliminations, and it looks like 1 for all. Gonna go ahead and move on out because we did have the other team coming right up and in behind it. And now let's check in on Team 13, down to just a solo. Team 13, the veterans. We had Team 11, Maybe, coming right up behind them. And then a Dad, 7 a Dad, trying to get out of there. Ooh, he's gonna go ahead and, ooh, is he gonna take this hilltop? He is. He's gonna slow on down and take this hilltop ridge over here by La Padita. Let's see if we can get some shots right on down and try to get him off of his tail. Alright, looks like he's gonna go ahead and get on out of there. We do have all this chaos still going on over here with Voo right here on top of Maybe finding him up on this ridgeline. But we also have, not too far behind that, we had Team 7 coming up as well. Team 7, game point, coming in right behind these teams. And I do still love this name, GP Canducci. I still think it sounds like a dance. Yeah, they're coming right up and onto Voo going down. Canducci up to 3 eliminations, 6 eliminations for Alfie Esports. So now let's see what is going on. This northeast edge is just clustered with teams, but let's head on down to the southwest, also with 3 teams over here. We got Team 8 in the longhouse. Team 8, Vincer Mortham. And another gifted membership, Ibrahim. OP, OP, OP. And so now here comes the push, but we had that angle covered over here by Team 8 right up on that ridge. And we still have Team 14. Good games coming up and around behind this. Let's just check in on where Luxus was for that angle right here on this ridge. But look at this, Team 14 also taking the shots right up and behind. So MV having those issues. Madu trying to come up around the outside, trying to get those angles covered. But now here comes the mollies to push him off that edge, and he gets pinched between the two sides. 79, the last one still standing way over on this back edge outside the zone. The zone trying to push him right up and through. He does not take those shots, does not give his position away, because he knows that Team 14 are right here as well. And look at this, Team 14. They are also aware that he is trying to get on into that zone. Let me go ahead and scroll this map on in to give you guys a better idea of where your team is, because we still have 13 teams in this. Let me show you on the map where your team may or may not be. If you've got a team in this lobby, let me know and we'll keep an eye on them. And it does look like Lovelace does not want 79 to get on out of that. And you know 79 is not having fun on his feet. But now here comes Team 8. Also trying to get out of the longhouse, going up and around on the other side. Everybody pushing over towards this Leones area to the north side. The northern Leones area. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in a little bit more. That northern side really starting to get covered with all these teams coming in, and it does look like Team 4 down to just that solo. So let's check in on what is happening with Team 9 coming up. The Exotic Alliance still coming up into Alfie, still holding down the North Leones farm. We got Team 17 not too far away, KD Esports, and they are all trying to hold them off. As now here comes Team 14 out of that fight we were just watching, right up and in between Team 9 and let's see, that was Team 9 on a very large split this late in the stage. But we do have that solo over here from Team 17, KD Esports. I'm not sure how he's going to get out of this longhouse and right on through Team 14. Let's go back up and check in on our top fragger of that last match, Tornado. Ooh, Tornado paying attention to maybe Esports coming up on that ridge line. He just got that sight line right across. Kizra, my beautiful twin, how are you today? Let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. You can see that almost all of these teams right now are doing the edge zone sweeps. They are trying to get all these teams that are out in the zone, trying to come into the new zone. They're trying to get some of these eliminations before rotating in. We've only got 2 or 3 teams in the zone at this time. So now let's go on over and find out what is going on. Witchers, I can say that name. And Spence still up to 2 eliminations, but he does have some sight lines over onto Team 22. Team 22, the Luis team. So now now they're gonna be one of the edge zones coming right up and in onto all these teams right here in this northern side of Leones. We're gonna go ahead and take over the Grays. Oh, that's not a good place to park, Spence. Ooh, get on out of there. We still have Alfie up in that farm area, but now Alfie has to come out of that area too. So let's see what's going on. Capizino trying to stop Team TBSS, and oh, Tornado is down quite a bit, about 5 HP still left. And it does look like Tornado was able to get that heal off, but now TBSS down to just a duo, stuck out here in the middle of this farmland with no vehicles, and all these 556 mosquitoes just flying right on past them. Let's check in on Vincer Mortem also trying to get some of those shots over onto Elfie and TBSS. They know that they've got to come on into this zone. Vincer Mortem just in zone. He is one of the few players in this zone at this moment. So now let me go ahead and show you on the advanced screen really quickly where the new zone is. A perfect donut zone coming in. We do have that road coming to split up the zone, but it's shifted pretty far to the south, so we might be on this northern side. Luxus right here. Oh. And here comes Tornado, the last match now. Fragger on the push, right up and in onto Luxus. He tries to get, oh, that pink beetle not doing him any justice. And Alfie down to just Tychus. Tychus is the last one still standing. I see for Alfie. Let's see, is he? No, we do have Jakey still in this, but they are trying to push onto different sides. They are all trying to get right up and in onto this new zone. And Capozino does get taken out. Let's go up and get a sky view of what is happening. The most of the zone is over on this side. We are down to the final 4 teams of this match. We got Team 14. Good game. We got Vincent Mortem, Alfie, and we've got one more, and I don't know which is the last. Oh, I see. Over here all the way to this western edge, we have the Exotics Alliance. So let me go ahead and scroll on up a little bit, try to give you guys the best view I can. And oh, Tychus gets found. Jakey still trying to push right up and in though over here. And here comes Team 14 on this spin, going right up and over onto. And I think that is it. Taking out the Exotic Alliance over on that edge. And now we are down to just the final 3 teams. Alfie, the last one, still standing, keeping his head down. But look at Vincer Mortem. We have 2 players. 2 players with 7 points each, elims by themselves. They have 18 total. Sharik right here with 8 of those now. Still trying to throw those nades. What a perfect nade onto that empty beetle. And there it is. The ending of match number 2. Vincer Mortem. We are is that 20 eliminations? 19 eliminations, guys, because I cannot count today. GG's coming in second. Elfie with 4 eliminations. A good game coming in third with 10 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19, and 20. Going all out, Vincer Mortem, the death. 8 eliminations. This fragger had 1,183 damage. We'll be jumping with Sharik when we come right back for today's 3rd match of the Diamond Series Grand Finals. Be right back. And let's check in on Bob. Ooh. And let's see, can he get Rendo picked back up? I don't know. It looks like he's going to go ahead and get on out of there because we We run extreme or straight on down, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and prioritize zone, but look across the way. We've got Far Voice coming right up and in on this as well. Running into the rocks of Miramar. Miramar is not the easiest to drive across, that is for sure. Let's see what's going on with our last match, Top Fragger. I am so sorry, BZ Mayu, but we will check in on you soon. All right, and our zone, the zones are popping a lot faster now. Let's see what's happening over here, because we're in this chaos right over here. We do have them dropping like flies in this northwest corner, and we're going out to zone every direction, guys. We're down to the top 7 teams, and it looks like Mirez does have Far Voice right on top of him, and look right down below him as Marion. They're gonna go ahead and rotate down underneath the Kings of the Mountain, right on up here. Fireboys Gaming looking down on the 2 teams, and then we also have Team 18, Brutal Team, not too far away. Team 10 coming in from that north side, KZ Esports. Let's check in on Maxi with that nade primed and ready, and you can see that most of these teams are still fighting right on that edge of the play zone, outside the play zone, but just on the edge of the blue zone. And now Moxie gatekeeping, Far Voice coming in as they are right on that edge. Look in your upper right hand corner of your mini map. You can see that they are all right along the edge. They are all playing edge at this point. So now let's see which teams we still have, because we're down to the top 6 teams. Far Voice Gaming, Boars Gaming, Team 10, KZ Esports, We Run Extreme, Euclimarian, a full 4-man team, and Brutal Esports, the deli still trying to deliver that sandwich to us fresh and warm. Alright, so let's see. Looks like Fire Voice Gaming in that chaos. Oh, Fire Voice Gaming does get taken down and out. We still have, let's check in on the Fennec. Oh, Fennec down and out. Let's see what's going on. Barba Badsy. You're doing some badsy stuff over here. So let's go. Let's check in on the top of the hill. We're down to the top 3 teams just like that, guys. And let me go ahead and put that map screen up so you can see that we only have 1 team in zone. These other teams do have to push up and in. And if you look all the way down at the bottom of your map screen, you can see Brutal Gaming has a long way to get up and in. Let me see if I can get you that. Let me see if I can get you that bird's eye view to show you where these teams are from above, as we're all right across over here in this fight between Team 10 and Team 17, KZ Esports and Euclimarian. So let's go. We are in the zone right here. Let's go ahead and scroll on down and around. There you go. That is your zone right there. These players are in zone down below. And you have the deli. Ooh, look at this. Moxie coming in from above, able to get all those players, and now they are all just pushing across to the deli, and then it's over before I could even switch over to the deli. Coming in first, KZ East. Put in special mentions next time I update that list. Alright, it looks like we are... Ooh, they really filled it in fast. We do have a few missing from No Names, 77 down in slot 21, but we are pretty close to that next start. In Rondo, we all know the chaos of Rondo. I'm really interested to see how the Rondo from EU is different from the Rondo of NA, because NA, the mini meta of NA is really, really ramping up. These guys are really figuring it out. So let's see what these guys over here have been able to figure out. Let me see. Look at that. There you are, Snowix. There you are. I found you over on Team 7, Northus Famagusta Esports. Hello, let's go. Fire Voice Gaming. Yes, Fire Voice Gaming. They have been doing a lot today too. They have been on my screen quite often in some pretty sweaty matches. And here we go. This time we are going to be jumping with Fire Voice Gaming. And it is Take 0. I'm not exactly sure if that got chopped off. I'm not exactly sure what ZO is all. So, but we'll be jumping with him into our Rondo match. Let me get that off of there. Let me find. Oh, he is already on both of my screens. So there we go. That was easy peasy, just the way I like it. All right, there we go. Now let's see where your team is going. Volt Hyperion, welcome to the stream. Take this minute to get another drink of water before all the chaos begins. The moment of silence. And here we go. We're coming in from that northwest, headed all the way down to the southwest, just to the northwest of the stadium, and going to the south of Jadina City. So let's see where all our teams are headed. Doesn't look like anybody's jumped off at that very early start of the plane path. I see. It looks like we got a couple of teams headed up towards maybe some of those recall centers up in the upper central area. I see a few people headed up there. Let's see what's going on. Looks like we've got Team 4 not too far away from the entire team. 16 re-0. Alright, stadium. Let's check in on the stadium. We have 3 teams in the stadium. And let's see what's going on with our test track Neox Factory. And you guys can see our zone is already very small. So we're going into that north central area. So let me go ahead. I'll make it next year for sure. I haven't finished this year for sure. So let's get on down. Fire Voice is actually jumping with Equimarian. But let's get on over here and find out what's happening with the rest of these teams down here in the Neox Factory. So let's see. We are on Team 9-Star Esports, and he hears all those footsteps up on top of the roof of the Neox Factory, which are the scammers. And now we've got to look at all the teams over here. We have Boars Gaming, Scammers, Team 7, and Northus. Let me get some SnowX on my screen because I am a huge SnowX fan. There we go. And it does look like he has quite a few of that Star Gaming out and around him. He's also paying attention to that roof because he knows that the scammers are up there as well. The rest of his team not too far away. You can see, oh, SnowX. Keeping an eye on him. SnowX not exactly excited about shooting just yet with no vest. No vest is not the greatest feeling in the world when you're a fragger. Alright, we also have Team 8 over here. KAM Army. And we run Extreme. SnowX still coming up and in. I just wanted to check in on him for a minute. Let's go ahead and check up on top of this. Ooh, is SnowX getting pushed? Is he getting pushed? Ooh, threw that nade. Oh, Snow Eggs. I'm so sorry, Snow Eggs. Let's see what's happening. Across the way, we are over at the test track, and we're starting to push up and in onto the rest of these teams. Let's go on over to Team 8, find out what's going on with the Cam Army. Ooh, finding the scammer all the way here. Hello everyone and welcome back. We had a little bit of delay so you can see that our teams are still coming on in, but are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, Vincer Mortham, 40 total points, pulling ahead of Alfie and Maybe, both tied at 24 total points, and TBSS at 22. So we'll go ahead and leave those up there, and you can see on the pip down in that right hand corner that we are still loading them on in. So I'm just going to go ahead and drink just a little more water and pay attention to my YouTube chat. Ibrahim, what's Rondo? Rondo is a chaotic map where these teams actually get to recall their players so they can go in, they can drop, they can hot drop down and try to get some extra points. It is a leaderboard shuffle map. Kizra, it's a map in PUBG. I love it for the fact it's so pretty. It is so pretty, but it's so big, so flat, and so fast for these teams. And these teams, once again, I get to enjoy the meta of EU, see how it's different, because each and every region has a mini meta. Each region has the guns that they like to use. They have the rotations they like to take. They're even their hot drops are just a little different. So it's really nice to be able to hop between different regions, checking in on what's going on. And you can see that most of our teams are loading on in. They're calling for last call. Ibrahim with another gifted membership. Ibrahim OP. Ibrahim OP. Let me make sure that our sounds are still together. I think we're still on with no delay. I hope. And I'll put those back up there. I think I can scroll this in just a little bit. There you go. Make it a little easier. W. Ibrahim says, Kisra, yes. Jad, congratulations on the gifted membership. I appreciate you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you. Alright, did I just see that we're getting ready to start? We do have a duo in here. Oh, we still have players up in slot 1, and look at this, they're almost all packed in here. We are missing one from team 22, but I think we're getting ready to roll. Let's get ready to rumble. This time we're going to be jumping with Vincer Mortham. 8 eliminations, 1,183 for Shirk. Let's go find Shirik and get him on our screen. Vincer Mortham, Team 8. Alright. Ibrahim OP. Yes, Ibrahim. Ibrahim OP. And if we ever loading, there we go. Kizra, here is your map. Let me find Sharik over here and get him on our map over here, hopefully. There we go. There is your last match. Top Fragger giving him some screen time love for 578 seconds. I think I have time to go and make myself a coffee at this point. Did everybody have a good weekend, I hope? Let me put that map screen up there for you. And here you go. Our flight path. Ooh, we got a double flight path. We got a flight path coming in from that north side, going all the way to the south side, and then one all the way over on the east side, going all the way to the west side. Almost a cross going. Let's see where they're all going to meet, because looks like stadium might be under both of these flight paths, so we might have a bunch of teams right along in there. I think most of these teams that are on the east to westbound flight path, they're going to be going over towards that Neox factory. Kids, well, look at that. We got teams going down to your favorite city. We got them going down to Jadina City. Let's see, who is this? I think that's Maybe. Oh, Maybe is jumping not too far away with Game Point. And our first zone pops, and we are going all the way to that northeast side. So this big cluster, and I do mean a big cluster over, is this Yulin? Yes, it is, right over the top of Yulin. Look at the cluster coming on down and in, and I think even Sharik is coming right into all of this, so we're gonna stay here for just a minute, see if Sharik, our last match top fragger, can do anything against all these teams that have come into Yulin. So we're over here at the temples. We do have TBSS over here. We got KD over here. Let me go ahead and show you. So we have Vincent Mortham Alfie over here. TBSS Voov over here. We got GG Good Game KD7 Gate D Games, Team 17 and Team 22, Luis Team. Oh, Sharik, at least he's able to get 2 level 1. Oh, he's got this nade primed and ready. Gets it right up and over, but he throws it over towards Woody, and Woody is able to find him from Vu. So let's see, Woody also knocked on that. So now let's see the Sour Boy over on this side, trying to get those shots, and Sour Boy also gets found by Sanchi from Good Game. Let's see, where is Sanchi over here, holding down one of the temples, trying to keep his head down and out of all this chaos. And it looks like he's going to try to push right up and in onto Team 12. Team 12, Boo, but the rest of his team also getting pulled up on. He was in the wide open over here, and look at this. His teammates all the way down on that recall. We still have all these teams in here. You can see that they are uphill. They are in each and every one of these temples down here in Yulin. Yulin, a big hot drop for EU. And now we got Alvina trying to get some of those nades up and over. And there's just so much chaos. I cannot catch in on who is doing all the fragging. Let's get on over here to Alfie Tikas. Up to an elimination, still coming up and around on top of all of this. Look at this. He is on the uphill of Yulin, trying to get those shots right on down and in. We also have a lot of chaos over at the Neox factory, as the Neox factory has teams, even a couple of teams up here on this roof. We've got Team 21, the top stars right here, with Team 19, My Valiant Victory, not too far away. No names. And look on the edge over here in these edge buildings. We got Kill for Win right over here with Team 9, the Exotic Alliance. And then look at all the teams at that Neox factory. So let me put the iPad up there for just a second so you guys can check in on the Neox factory. Is your team in the Neox factory? We've got Team 9 pushing right up and in onto Kill for Win. at the Neox factory. But let's get back on over here, see if our top fragger is still over here. Oh, he's got those sight lines right up in Elfie. So we'll go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit over here at the Neox factory, see if we can find out what kind of fights are going on, because Team 3 No Names has pushed in from the racetrack, and now they are trying to push right up in onto Team 19, My Valiant Victory. And we still have, going down to that Molly, going right on out for the top star. So now the top stars are down to just a solo. And we got some chaos for Kali. Oh, right up and over. And now that S12 put in some work as Team 9 are pushing right up and in onto him, and he goes down. And so now let's see what else is happening up on top of this. We still have kill for win over on the other side of the map. So now let's see if we can get back over towards this Neox factory, because there's just too much action happening. We still have 3 teams over here, and they are starting to clear on out. We still have a solo from No Names. We have a trio. Oh, we got another one coming right up in our last match. Top fragger does go down. We still have all these teams all the way over here in the blue. So over in the blue, we have Alfie still here. We have Vincent Mortham, Shroom, the last one over here. Shroom gets taken down and out. So let's get back on over to Yulin, because we don't want to miss the rest of them. We do have teams that are starting to move on out, but they are now fighting the blue zone as well. And I'm not sure I clicked on anyone over here. Let's try this one more time. One for all. Also coming right up and in onto Yulin. So we have even more chaos going on in Yulin over here at the temples. And don't forget, the temples are out in the blue, and we are still heading to that northeast edge of Rondo, the map of chaos, the map for fraggers. And we are trying to get some eliminations. Looks like King is going to go ahead and head on down and out. Let's see if we can find another fragger over here. So now we still have good game. Team 14 over here trying to get those eyes over onto Team 20 is there trying to rotate on out of there. And Albania right on over here. Hello, Sultan. Hello, how are you, the Sultan in my chat? All right. TBSS also trying to get those shots over onto Team 20, moving on out. Albana right here on this balcony, keeping an eye, but you can see that we are down to about 3 teams over here. So now let's go ahead and shift our focus over to the zone, because the zone only has a few teams over in here, and I feel like we're about ready to get another fight right on over here. As Brutal team is coming up right behind No Names. You can see No Names just taking those shots as Brutal trying to get up and over these flatlands, headed over towards that zone area. And also not too far away, we did have Brew. So let's see what's happening in the zone though. Outside, in the zone, in the play zone. And Team 13 trying to survive this fight. And I think that is it for Team 13 right at the center zone compound. So now let's see what else is happening. It looks like the Neox factory still has a bit of chaos going on over here. Shamsu Shamsu Dominican, he is right over here with all 4 of them from the Exotic Alliance. And I don't think the Exotic Alliance is gonna know that there is a solo just standing there AFK. So let me go ahead and put that map screen up. You guys can check in on where your teams may be. Looks like we got some rotations not too far away from Vood, trying to get on in the zone. And I do see that one of them from Team 9 does seem to look like he found that AFK over here, and he does. He finds the AFK and takes him on out. There they go. So now an extra little chicken nugget for the team over here at the Neox Factory. Neox Factory completely cleaned out. EA, the remaining team over here. Looks like we got a chaos going on over at this western edge. Let's go ahead and get back into this match. Check in on Mystic Esports taking the fight on with Maybe. Maybe does get a knock on. Ooh, and Sexy goes out. So now Sugar is the last one still standing for Team 4. Mystic Esports maybe coming in hard. So let's check in on what the Witcher is doing. Witcher getting some of that. It looks like maybe Spencer was up on that ridge line but didn't quite see what was happening up there. Alright, let's go on over. Oh, we just missed a fight up on that side, but let's come down to this southwest edge zone. We've got Team 13, the veterans, right on this edge, and we're trying to get some shots as Team 7 gets some tires squished onto that next one. You next now, getting that nade up and ready as Team 16, the brutal team, comes pulling right up and in onto the veterans. And he is trying to hold down this compound. He's down to just a duo over here. You next, still throwing those smokes, trying to keep the sight lines from Brutal, and the nades, the pre-nades going out through those windows. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little more as they are trying to get over to this new zone. We only have 11 seconds in stage 3. You next is down to a solo now, and you can hear the footsteps are pushing right up and in onto him. He's got this S12K trying to come out and around, and he's able to find the push from Brutal. One pushing right up and in, but if you look at the mini-map, there are still several teams coming right up and in, and here comes Vincer Martham coming up onto this hilltop right above it all, and not too far away is Team 7 game point on that backside. Let's check in on Shirk. We are coming into the heaviest part of the zone. The zone has all of these teams pushing right up, and you can see 1 for all. Alfie coming in. We've got the Doritos from the sky falling, trying to protect the emergency cover sticks coming on down. And we've got chaos on this map. And so, ooh, Shirk. Oh, tire squish from Frizz coming right up and in and over right through that smoker. Let me see if I can find Frizz over here with tires splatter right on this edge, and he is still on the southeast edge where all these teams, you can see in the distance, all these teams that are right here on top of them. Team 7, Team 16, right on the other side of this ridge, and Frizz trying to throw those smokes, trying to get Bajira picked back up. Where is Flavius? Flavius is the one that's going to try to get him picked back up. Now let's go on over to this north side as TBSS coming in right in between these teams, coming right up and over onto Team 7, but we do have, they did drive right on through My Valiant Victory and Team 22, the Louise team, Louise the 14. Alright, so let's go ahead and scroll it on in just a little bit more, you can see on the map that we've got teams still trying to get into this final zone, or into the zone there, all the way over on that western edge. But we've got TBSS still trying to work his way right up and in, and they are outside of the zone. Now the huge chaos over on this northwest edge. Luis team right over here trying to hold off Team 11. Maybe right behind Helbit, right on this edge of zone. And so they are just coming in, but they do have 8 eliminations. They're going to be coming right into TPSS, and they are now getting shot at right on the other side of this hill by the top stars. The top stars right on the other side of this. Let's get on over to Perfecto. Trying to come up and into zone. Look at him trying to come up onto these ridge lines right on top of Alfie. But Alfie does have an anchor into zone. The rest of the team trying to come into zone. Right between Team 21, the top stars, and 17, KD also trying to get on into all of this. And let's see what the Bronx are doing. The Bronx right over here on this edge. The Bronx not having any better over here, because we got 3 teams over on the other side still trying to come out in limit. Checking on that top fragger. Top fragger still on this north side trying to push on in. Let me scroll on in just a little bit. And now we are on the very northern edge of zone. We do have all these teams, and we got nades coming in over our heads in this dip. The terrain just getting deeper for the exotic alliances. TBSS, there goes the tornado. The last man, Stop Fragger, pulling right up next to him. This nade going right up and over. Reflex trying to get the better angle on top of TBSS, right down below TBSS. Tornado jumping up, and now Reflex down to 1 HP as he is trying, and here comes, oh, from TBSS's game point on the other side, also trying to push up onto this ridge line, also trying to get to the top of this hill. While you watch this, let me scroll on in just a little bit more. Let's see if we can get some sky view of what is happening into this dip. We do have EA getting pinched by TBS and the Mollies. What a nade! What a nade right up and over onto him as we were watching from the side. And now the Groza trying to throw this nade as EA trying to drive in through that smoke. And here he comes right up and around. And he's able to get that, but the Mollies are coming right at him. And we still have Team 5 kill for win trying to come up right behind him. Alfie down to that south side of the zone. And look at this, the Groza down to about 5 HP. The last one's still standing. As we do have the, look at this, Frozen up to 7 eliminations, trying to get those nades up and over. We're down to the top 4 teams. We still have TBSS, Game Point. We've got the Exotic Alliance and Alfie coming up from the southern side of the road. And Tornado, our last match top fragger, is still in this. So Tornado pinched now between the 2 teams, because we're down to the final 3 teams over here. And here comes Alfie pushing right up and in. Frozen goes down. Let's go on over to see what Cappuccino taking down Tornado. So now we are down to the final 2 teams, guys. We have EA coming in from the top, Frozen getting getting re-rezzed. Oh, and Deacus with that nade up and over. And there you have it. Match number 3 going to the exotic Alliance. We got 16, 19 total points. 19 total eliminations, 10 placement, 29 total points for the exotic Alliance coming in first. Coming in second, LV. We got 14 total eliminations. TBSS coming in third with 6 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19 and 20. Going all out. Exotic Alliance Frozer. 8 elimination. I think that's supposed to be an N right there. 1,079 damage. So for tonight's 4th match, we'll be going in with the Exotic Alliances. This is the Diamond Series of the Bastards Esports. And I will be right back with the scores and these teams going over to Miramar. Be right back. Across on that, but we still have one more from the scammers over here. We got the Tipsy. Oh, or maybe not, we don't. So now let's go ahead. Oh, we switched too fast. We'll be able to get them picked back up. Let's head over to the Stadium Chaos, find out what's going on over here in Stadium. We got the Eco-Saw right over here with Team 18 Brutal Gaming and the Atomic Team. The Atomic Team. Oh, we got all sorts of chaos happening. And I think that might have been a gas can blowing up in our face. So let's see. It does look like we're going to go ahead and get them picked back up. We did have a fight right on down here. Let's head on down to Team 21 Esports, right up on top of Team Euquamarian. So let's see what is happening on down here, because we only have a duo, but we have a full 4-man team. They are completely aware of the team right on top of them. Hello, error. Why is green yellow here? Live. Error. Alright, so now let me go ahead and put that map screen up there. You guys can check in on where your teams are. We do have another fight on down here. Let's see what's happening down here with 8-8 over here in a fight with Team 5 Shockwave coming right up and in onto all of them. You can see that ETH is right there. So Seath, I'm not sure, but they're right here trying to get him off those stairs. And the Fragger coming right up and in. So let's see. What was that they just threw? It was a smoke. We are smoking. Alright, 8-8 Rindo. Right up at the top of that. Let's see what is going on. Ooh, right on through. Bob with the jump shots. We got jump shots going off in every direction. All these wow rooms. I'm seeing wow rooms left and right. Tokyo from behind. Amir is the last one still standing. And I think that is it. 4 eliminations for the Shockwave. And we did lose one, but we might be able to pick them back up if we can get up into zone on time. So this is a good time to put that map screen back up. You guys can check in to see where your teams are. Let me see if I can find Nari for my YouTube chat. Everybody in YouTube calling out for him. Let me see where he is over here. He's the last one still standing for my YouTube chat. All you calling out for the Narikutam. Oh, they're coming right up right next to him. Is he going to get him right in front of him? Look at this. Oh, get that 6 times off that. Yeah, up that. No. So now you call me 0-1. 0-1. Ellis trying to get those shots now over onto this guy right here for Nari as he is coming out and around. He's got that gun out and ready. Oh! Oh! Oh, I'm so sorry for my YouTube chat. I'm sorry. All right, let's get that map back up there. I see a whole cluster of teams right on over here. So now we're at the stadium, and as you can see, we have teams coming from every direction. So let's see what's going on over here with the Boars Gaming. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and smoke this out. We are a full 4-man team, but you can see Team 15 is up on that ridge line, and Hazog might have some issues with Team 15 right up on top of them. So all of EcoSol, oh, he's gonna go ahead and rotate down and around, because look at this, he's right there on top of them, and he's gonna do the seat swap, trying to get those shots over onto him with that seat swap as they're coming up and around. Hello, Ibrahim. Alright, he's gonna continue to rotate up and around. Look at that, he can still see exactly where he is. Is he gonna be able to get him? We also have the rest of his team across the way, so let's see. Got a little bit of ping issue, guys. You can't see it, but we are in the 130s at the moment, trying hard to get into the match. Let's set on down and in to Fire Voice Gaming for my YouTube chat. Here we go. If there's a specific player you want to check in on, just let me know. We will get there. While we watch this for a second, let me go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit. You can see that we are still working our way in from the blue from several directions, but this western edge is clear, so I'm just going to go ahead and scroll on over this way. You can see that we're coming in from the south side as well, and now's a good time to put that map screen right on back up there. And we do have Fireboys Gaming getting the shots from Brutal across the way, but look at this. Brutal looking out the window at all 4 tags of Fireboys Gaming. Fireboys Gaming right across the way. Over here at the test track, Ice Baby trying to get having a little bit of trouble with the walls. You gotta hate that, don't you? Alright, I see all sorts of chaos going on over here now as well at this other recall center. As Team 14, Nova Jr. coming right up and in onto the KAM Army. Look at this, we Falak down to about 5 HP. They're coming out and around. Kabor trying to get those shots, and Valak going down. Kabor is up to 2 eliminations, getting ready to throw those nades right up and in as Valak is able to come around the back of this broken wall. And now he may be able to get this res off, even with the nades going off and around him. Sunrise. You should call yourself Surprise, because here he goes. He's throwing some surprise confetti right in the direction of the KAM Army. And KAM Army, there goes another one going on out to the Nova Juniors. So now let's see what else is happening, because I think they've cleared this out. We do have a couple of them across on that mini map, but let's get on down over here to this chaos and find out what's going on with the Shockwave. Shockwave is trying to get up and around. He knows that there's another at least solo for KZ Esports. You can see them right on the other side of this ridge. And let's check in on GGDDXX666666. Looks like we're gonna get some nade action up and over and around. So now he is a solo. The rest of his team, well, he does have one of his teammates coming up and in, but the rest of his teams are pretty far away. And we do have the Euchomerians not too far, keeping an eye from that middle ridge. So while you watch this for just a second, let me go ahead. Actually, let me find a different spot. Let's get on over here. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, LV Esports, 44 total points, 1 point away from Vincer Mortham with 43 total points, 1 point in second. Coming in third, the Exotics Alliances, 34 total points, 1 point away from fourth, TBSS, and fifth, maybe at 33. These points are so close. We have 2 more matches remaining. We do have a Miramar and then back to Erangel. So it looks like we're missing all of Team 12 and Team 22, but you can see that they just started. This time we are going to be jumping with Vincer Mortham Sharik. Or no. I'm sorry, guys. That was the second match. The top fragger of this one was Exotic Alliance Frozen. 8 elimination, 1079 damage. So let's go on and find EA Frozen. Where is he? Right there. And let's get him over here onto this one. If you guys have a team that you want to check in on, let me know. And we will definitely head on over and check in on them. So we're down to 8 seconds before our 4th flight path of the Diamond Series, the Bastards event. And we're coming in from those Impala Islands, going across the top of Impala La Patita to the northern side of Picado, close over to the top of Power Grid, and through the southern side of El Pozo, dumping off onto the western wasteland. So any of those AFKs will be free chicky nuggies. So let's see if anybody is AFK. Looks like the Exotic Alliances are headed on down to Puerto Paricio. I see Puerto Paricio in their future. I don't see anybody with them, so we're going to keep an eye on this map, and we'll head on over to where we think our next fight may be. I see a couple of teams close to Impala. We do have the veterans not too far away from 1-4 all, so we might have a very early fight. Let's go on over and check in on Jano. You can see in the mini map to the upper right hand side of your corner, he does have all of 1-4 all just to the north side of him. So keep an eye on this fight. And let me check in on this map. It looks like right now it's very quiet, so we'll go ahead and put that map screen back up, and we can keep an eye on where our first zone popping all the way over to that western wasteland wall. We got El Pozo all the way down to Villa del Mar, and it looks like we got a couple teams over here in Picado. We've got Kill 4 Win with, we got the Sector 06 in Picado, and VIM already in a fight. So let's see if we can figure out where Vincent Mortham there all the way over in El Pozo. So let's switch on over to El Pozo. And I do see that they are getting quite a few knocks in the limbs. We did lose Lexus Shroom down to about 5 HP. Let's check in on what is happening right up here. Oh, so let's see what is happening right on down below as he is coming right up and in. Shroom with the 3-piece. And so our first team out of El Pozo. So let's head back on over because we're just about ready to miss that fight that was happening in Impala. Maybe not. It does look like one for all. Maybe I just headed to that north side. We got Monte Nuevo with a couple of teams over here. We've got KD Esports with Team 19, My Valiant Victory. Ooh, what's happening over here? Let me just see what's happening with GP Cantusi. I still think that sounds like a name of a dance. Trying to get out of there. Game point getting shot at over here by Team 21. Perfecto from the top stars. He's like, give me that stuff. That's my stuff. Alright, it looks like maybe Cantusi may be going up onto that ridgeline to get better angles over on Perfecto. Perfecto needs to keep his head down, guys. Keep your head down. Alright. Oh, the fight did start over here in Impala. One for all. King 2A down. So I think we're going to be able to get him picked back up. Frizz right up on top, though. Frizz has an elimination, and you can see you next from the veterans. They're coming right up and around, but we do have added up on the hill. A dead right on right here, trying to get those shots down on the Flavius. Flavius down to about 10-20 HP. King returning the fire. And we also have one up on the top. Looks like Jano trying to run across that wide open space to get on over and pick up you next. And a dad right on over here with all of them right on top of him. And he does have one coming up on that crazy off angle from one for all, and I think it's Bajira. Oh, he changed his mind and came on down, so now let's get on back on over, see what's going on with Jano. Did Jano get that res off? He did get the res off. You next. Not sure if he's got first aid. I think they're trying to give him. Oh, we can hear him. Looks like Bajira coming up and around doing that push. Let's see what is going on with Bajira. They are all pushing right up and in onto where Team 13 have gotten that res off. You next does find first aid. He's back up, and now here they come. 1 for all of them pushing right up and in. Kill 4 win, and Sector 6-0 now in that fight as well. So we gotta keep an eye on that elimination feed. Find out what's going on. You next is right there in that edge. Bajira pushing right up and over. And who is this with him? So let's see what's going on with Flavius. Flavius getting ready to throw those nades up and in. King also with that shotty trying to come up through. And now we are down to just a duo over here. Jano still upstairs, still trying to keep him off, and he knows that Frizz is coming. Oh, did he see Frizz? He does see Frizz off in that off angle. So now, oh, the nade by Flavius, and now a dad coming in off that church. What are you going to do with dad? You're going to have to do something. There goes your team. You are a solo now. And we still have all the chaos that's going on in Picado, because we've got a couple of teams coming into Picado, and we also have a couple of teams now in a fight in Monte Nuevo. So now let's get on over to the zone. Let's check in on the chaos of Picado. We do have Team 14. Good game coming right up and into this north side of Picado. We got ME over here, Team 4, the Mystics Esports with No Names Esports. So let's see, Lovelace up to 2 eliminations, trying to hold off the push. We are just on the outside of zone over on this northeast side. The nades coming right up and in. Sexy down to 1 HP. Let's see, are we doing all right up here? Sexy trying to throw those nades up and over as the teams are trying to get up on this ridge line, because here comes Team 11 as well. 11 coming up and into this fight. Maybe right on over here. Team 4 still getting pushed in on. Look at this. He is still right up on this ridge line. But we got Sugar right on over here trying to get those shots over onto Team 3. Also, all 4 of these teams trying to get into the zone, getting gate kept by Good Game. We still have some chaos going on in Monte Nuevo as well, but Monte Nuevo is pretty quiet. We've got 3 or 4 teams over here. We've got KD Esports with Maybe, and I just saw Shroom from Vincer Mortem coming in to this Monte Nuevo area. So we still got some teams all the way down by Puerto Paricio. Let me put this map screen back up there, give you guys an idea where everyone is. Let me know if your team is still in this, if you still want to check in on anyone. And we're going to go over here to Monte Nuevo, nice and center zone, see what is happening. Wow, you guys check in on your map. We've got teams coming in from that north side still and all the way over on this eastern edge. So that gives you an idea how spread out these teams are. But we are still only in stage 2. So these teams are still rotating in, still coming in on top of each other. We do have Shroom up on the Tanker Hill, so let's see what's happening, what he can see from the top of the hill. I don't think he's got very many sight lines right on down on these players, but I think he knows where Team 19, My Valiant Victory, is, at least the duo, because My Valiant Victory is on a 1-3 split, trying to do the pinch play onto KD Esports up on the southern side. So we'll have to see. And oh, here comes Team 21 coming right up and behind. So now let's see what's going on with Shriek. Shriek right here does find Perfecto up on top of this. And now here comes all the shots from down below the area over here of Monte Nuevo, just packed in the center zone area. Let me go ahead and scroll that in a little better, give you guys a better idea where your teams are. And Good games. Good game is getting found, and I don't think they're on this area. And here comes some more pushes by these teams as they are coming right up and into this Monte Nuevo area. Look at this. Team 19 starting to get back together. My Valiant Victory taking over the northern side of Monte Nuevo. And Team 17 now getting picked apart. Let's see, we're down to just a duo over here. Core's trying to get over to his teammates, but he's getting coverage from the top of the hill. But the top of the hill is also in a fight. Let's see if we can get back on over to the top of this hill, because we do have top stars coming in right on top of Team Vincer Mortem. Vincer Mortem right on down below in the warehouses. So let's go. Got a bunch of chaos over here. Center zone, Monte Nuevo area. Let's see. I don't see many out. I see a bunch of teams pretty close to each other, but I don't see any real fights going on. We do have Kill for Win not too far away from Brutal TBSS and our zone pops. Let me go ahead and put that up on your screen. Show you where this new zone is. I'll go ahead and center that up a little better for you. But the big fight is right over here in Monte Nuevo. So let's check in on what Vincer Mortem. Oh, Samina, you're right here in that. He's just barely able to get on out of there. And KD Esports Drita coming right up onto this hill as well. So we do have We are down to just a duo. And Sharik, look at this, trying to get those shots down onto KD Esports. Looks like he's going to use these tankers to the best of his ability to stay out of the shots from the sight lines from Team 21, the top stars, as down in Monte Nuevo. We do have a couple of teams coming in as well. So let's see what's going on over here. Shamu's getting a shot onto KD Esports. So now KD Esports just down to a solo, because we know that Drita was found by Vincer Morta. So Aura, the last one, still standing, and you can see that we got teams everywhere. What is happening with the veteran over here? Veteran, he is a solo over here. Is all of them from team 11? Maybe knocking on your door. So now 1-4 off Flavius. Flavius trying to push right up in over here onto team 16. Brutal team, the brutal team coming on in. Flavius with the DBSS or DBS trying to hold him up. Got the extra S in there. Brutal down to Idle Goat. The gold is the last one. It is Deli Goat, not Idle Goat. It is Deli Goat trying to stay out of that, but it gets found by Team 11. Maybe shooting him right there in the back. 1-for-all. Should be able to get their teammates picked back up, but we are down a player. We did lose Bajira. So now, what else is going on? I see another bunch of chaos over here as the top stars getting overtaken by Team 7 coming up on the other side. Game point now, pushing top stars. Top stars were the ones that were covering over the top of Vincer Mortem. Perfecto still here, but the solo remaining for the top stars. Let's go ahead and scroll on in a little bit more, and I'll put this map up on here, give you guys an idea of who may still be in this, because we still have 12 teams, and Perfecto trying to stay out of the sight lines of Team 7 is Game Point coming up and over the top of that, right into the top stars and Vincer Mortem. And now you can see that most of Monte Nuevo no longer in that zone. They're gonna have to come up and in, but Monte Nuevo down to just a few solos, kill 4, win. One of them getting knocked, and I think we'll be able to stay a 4-piece right here on this eastern edge of zone. But we do have a couple of teams really coming in. Look at these teams riding that blue wave. And we got Team 11 over here, TBSS over here, and we also have, which team is that? 1-for-all the way over on that eastern edge. And they're all doing that wraparound play, trying to get those blue waves surfers coming in. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. I feel like we got chaos going on. Let's check in on our last match. Top fragger Frozen coming right up and over into the compound, where Alfie Esports up on this Hill Ridge compound. They are just on the outside of zone though, so all 8 of these players do need to keep moving on. And it looks like some of the players from Alfie are in zone. They're just a couple of toes in here. Let's see what I don't know, guys. I give up on names. I really do. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and rotate down and in, but the Exotic Alliance now right here. Look at this, because TBSS are also all coming right on down, right below where EA are. So let's check in on Tornado. That beetle is not your friend. I'm telling you this loud and clear. Let's go back up to Frozen right in between all of this chaos, trying to push in between Alfie and TBSS. But right in front of them are Game Point. Game Point up on that ridgeline just to the south side of Monte Nuevo. Frozen barely making it in with 1 HP. Ah, those 556 mosquitoes just trying to get him. Those skeeters. And now the only team in zone right now is Game Point up on this ridgeline. The rest of these teams all trying to get on in. Here comes Team 11 from that northwest side. We also have One for All coming in from that eastern edge. And these teams all trying to ride that blue wave in, trying to get all the teams coming in on that outside of the zone. Sorry guys, I can't read and talk at the same time. So now let's see what else is going on. As here comes Dinser Mortem off the tankers on the top of Monte Nuevo. As the two teams that were down in Monte Nuevo, they are trying to get on in as well. So now let's see. We do have 10 teams still in this, and we are still coming up to these hills, all these hills right here in zone. We got Team 11 taking over most of that northwest edge. We do have KD, Vincers, Shurik going on down. Top Star still up in their same spot. Perfecto still in that little ridge line. And Alfie, TBSS, Exotic Alliance all coming in from that southern side. And now Kill for Win on that angle coming right up and in onto. Let's see if we can Kill for Win, see what they are doing, because they're coming in out of this trajectory. Look at your mini map, the chaos of the mini map, the southern side of this zone completely packed. Kill for Win trying to force their way into this as we have 4 seconds left until that next zone pops. Let's see where this next zone. We are going to that donut zone right on top of these hills, right where EA coming right on through. Let's get on over to Team 11. Spencer up to 5 eliminations. Spencer is zone, so now Spencer has to gatekeep all these teams. We have 7 teams still in it. We have a cluster of teams down at the south side and to the north, but the south side is really packed full of teams. TBSS looks like they're getting ready to wrap around to the eastern edge, which may be easier, but Game Point at the top of this hill. So let's check in on Game Point, because they are about ready to get pulled right up and in on. Look at where we are, guys, at the top of this hill ridge. And this is where the zone is coming up and in. Map 23. Keep your head down. Let's check in on GP Cantusi. And here's those footsteps. They've got footsteps coming up on all the different angles. Tornado trying to push right up and in. He still has that pink beetle though. Gonna go ahead and nade that compound and try to make sure that there's nothing on in there. And let's see, let's get a sky view down below, see what we can see as there. Look at all these teams trying to get to the top of this hill. These billy goats trying to jump up along these cliff sides. And the cliff right at the top is still in zone. We still have TBSS, Team 11, maybe Game Point up on the top of this. The Billy Goat Gruffs at the top and the Elfie. They're down to the top 4 teams now, and they are still trying to get on. And I'm sorry, guys, I did not mean to leave that there. Kabir trying to get those nades up and over, trying to push up this hill into Game Point. Game Point at the top of the hill. TBSS having a hard time coming up and in, and Here comes Team 11 also trying to push right up and in. You guys can see the total chaos trying to get up to where game point is. I'll go ahead and switch on over to that iPad, give you guys the sight lines of what chaos trying to get up on top of this hill. The goats at the top. We got game point. Game point. Rosa jumping right back on up, trying to get those sight lines down onto Team 11. Maybe right down below. Look at this. He can see those sight lines, but can he keep his head down long enough so that they cannot come up and in? We are down to the final two teams. We do have Pichette over here. I think he is just on that edge of zone. Pichette and Spencer right on over, throwing those nades. Let's see, Spencer up to 5 eliminations. Is Groza and the rest of them are trying to push up and around. Spencer is now down. Pichette is the last one still standing, trying to get those shots up and over, but game point using the top of that hill to get 16 eliminations, 10 placement points, 26 total points for game point just for their location. That IGL, shout out to the IGL for calling that spot. Coming in second, maybe with 10 eliminations. Trying to give him an extra point for that. DBSS coming in third with 7 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. We got Test Clause 7 to 7, 5 eliminations, 894 damage. So we'll be jumping with Test when we come right back for tonight's final match of the Diamond Series. Let's go. This is the grand finals final match. Be right back with your scores. Find out what's going on. And team 12 over here, the Atomic team trying to get back on into the zone. Can he get into zone with 5 HP? Let me go ahead and scroll this in. We're just on the coastline to the north of Bamboo. Will they get bamboozled trying to get into that zone? Look at this zone, guys. We do have teams up on the other side of the river. You know, the river's cutting them across, so now he does have to get on in. But he also has Brutal right in front of him and Team 8 Cam Army. Cam Army over there trying to get those shots on the Brutal, but he is running out in the open trying to chase Brutal. And I think this is, oh, we just lost him right when we clicked over onto him. But now here comes Brutal coming up and in. We still have all these teams trying to push on in towards that bamboo area. You can see it up in the upper right-hand corner as Nova Jr. right here to the northeast of where Brutal Ice is coming on in. Cam Army trying to get those shots as he is headed straight over. Ooh, he's headed straight towards the drop right in front of Shockwave. Shockwave was coming up right behind him. And look at this, Skaz up to 3 eliminations out of the 4, and he was keeping an eye right on down on the bright. And now here they come right up and in onto the Nova Jr., but we also have Team 17, Yuko Marion, coming in from that western edge as well. And here comes, the Doritos from the sky. But guys, we are only in stage 4. You should really hold on to those Doritos, those emergency covers, as long as possible, because when you get to stage 6 or or stage 7 or 8. This these right here on the outside are not going to help. I don't know. Are you sponsoring her? So now look at this. Here they come right up and in. Phallic right there, spraying them down as they come right on through. And I'm trying to find them I cannot catch them. The screens are just flying right on past as we come right up and into the center area. And here they go. All these players going out to the blue zone because you cannot be caught out in the blue on Rondo, especially stage 5. Your life expectancy is 2 seconds. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna come right up and in on to team 10. Ooh, we're going into FPP and he's able to find them. Razik just spraying through that smoke in the FPP, but now he's down to about 5 HP because now he does have not only the players to that north side, team 20, which are one Esports, but also team 14. We're spraying up and in onto them. So now let's get on over here, find out what is happening with team 16. ReZero, Pity trying to get picked up behind the Doritos, that emergency cover. We're down to the top 6 teams. Let me go ahead and scroll on in a little bit more. We are scrolled all the way in on the map now. That's how tight we have pushed all these teams in, and as you can see, ReZero, that's easy for me to say, are right here sandwiched between We Run Extreme and Team 17 Euclimarian, and now Team 8 are trying to push right up and onto We Run Extreme and Team 20 One Esports. One Esports right on the back side of this, and here comes some more of those emergency covers. Guys, hit the brakes on your car and the car will stay with you. And now look at this, Razik coming right up and into that spray. Oh, and those nades, that was not a good welcome for Team 8 coming in. The KAM Army down to just a solo now. The other two from his team. Oh, Team 14, Nova Jr. just getting those sprays, and you can see that we are right here on the 4 cardinal coordinates. Almost. We just need the one team to come on down into the east, and that would be Team 21 Esports. So now let's go ahead and put that map screen up there, and you can see that We Run Extreme, the only team in zone, bringing in some more of those emergency covers, the Doritos from the sky, and I'm not sure how Team 20 is going to be able to get on in. They do have that ridge line that they're working with, but We Run Extreme is paying really close attention to them, as the other two teams are still filling in around that edge. Look at this. Team 14 are starting to pull right up and along onto onto One Esports. Right up here. There we go. CC not letting him to get very far. Hate most. Oh, taken down and out. We're now down to the top 3 teams, and we still have the emergency cover flares coming right up and in. So let me see if I can get the bird's eye view of the side of this hill. And you can see right at the top of this hill, We Run Extreme and Nova Jr. do have to come on into the zone, where it looks like Team 17 Euclimarian have it all pretty locked down. So I'm not sure how we're going to be able to get up and around the Novice, trying to get some of those knocks over onto them, and they do finish them off. So now Nova Jr. coming in third. We are down to the top 2 teams And you can see that we've got Aquamarian. They are all in zone. They've got the zone absolutely covered from every direction. You can see that on the mini or on your map down in that lower right hand corner. And now here comes the push from We Run Extreme. They're going to try to come down and around that backside. Let me see if I can get a better view of what is happening right on down below. And I couldn't even get it onto your screen fast enough. Aquamarian coming in first with 9 eliminations. Coming in second, We Run Extreme with 6 eliminations after rotating. And I see a lot of these teams are already headed to zone. I really appreciate how fast these EU teams are rotating. Oh, Shinra, he can see you from the top of that. Yes, he can. Oh, what a shot. What a shot by SnowX. And now SnowX is down to just a duo, trying to come on down and around, trying to keep him off his partner. Look at this, and we do have a solo right on this backside, jumping out that window. So it does look like SnowX is the last one still standing, but his opponent down to 1 HP, coming right up and in, and SnowX does not let him go up that. Hello everyone, and welcome back to tonight's final match of the Diamond Grand Finals. Let's go. Are you guys ready to see these scores? Coming in first, Game Point with 57 total points. That placement right at the end of zone on top of those cliffs. Mwah, delicioso. Coming in second, Alpi Esports 49, tied with Maybe at 49 total points, and 1 point out of second and third, Venture Mortem. These points are all so close to each other. We got ties, guys. We have got some chaos coming into tonight's final match. And we got a lot of missing teams of players, but it is Erangel, so we'll have to see what's going to happen next. Woo! Who do you think's winning it, guys? These scores are super close, super close. So one good game could just change everything for any of these teams coming in. Let's check in on this. I thought I just saw something. I didn't see it. Nope. Alright, so we're still good, guys. We're still good. And we still have sound. Yes, my anxiety is still there. No sound, no problem. We'll just keep rolling right along. I think it's YouTube, the storm. I have no idea. All sorts of issues. Issues. And if you guys could, please hit the like and subscribe. It really helps us out. It helps me out. It helps get the stream out so these teams, these players, these servers can reach a larger audience. It helps us all. I truly appreciate everyone coming out and supporting everyone, though. And it still looks like they're calling last call, and we are missing a bunch of teams, guys. Bunch of teams deciding that it's too tough. These teams are hot and sweaty, guys. They are hot. Alright, let's go. I think they are, let's see. Don't see what the ping's about, so we'll stay here for another second. I think I can scroll that in even more. Nope, I did. Oh, look at that. That was perfect. I wish I would have had that up there earlier for you. But now, this time, we are going into tonight's final match with Game point test clause 5 eliminations 894 damage. Alright, so now let's go on down and find game point test. There he is, nice and easy to find, and get him on over here. There he is, your last match top fragger going into tonight's final match. Here we go, guys. We are headed into Erangel. 10 seconds left. Just enough time to take my final drink. And here we go, guys. We're coming in from that Sarky Farm area, coming down across the top of the Georgia Pole area through North George, Georgia Pole crates, down along Mount Everest, over the top of Gacka Ferry Pier, in that western edge of Sosnovka military base. But any AFKs will be swimming with the fishes. No more chicken nuggets for today. Alright, let's go. Let's check in on this North George area, see what's happening. We've got KD Esports jumping with Vincer Mortem. They are right on top of each other, headed down to the South George area. North Georgia Pole very empty, and the crates area both empty over here. We've got some teams that, oh, our first zone pops, and we are going to the northeast, all the way up along that northeast shoreline, along around Mansion School, Roshawk, in the shooting range. So we've already got the fight going on over here, but we do have game point jumping not too far away from Team 4 Mystic Esports, but the active fight is right over here in the apartments of South George. So we'll go ahead and put this up on the live stream. Yes, ooh, KD Esports. Now we are down to just, I think that may be it. So we should be able to get some Mina picked back up. We do take them all out. 4 eliminations on the board for Vincer Mortem, and we also have a fight right on down here. Let's see what's happening in the Gacka area with Alfie. Alfie is over here with no names. No names. Are you down to just a duo? You are down to just a duo. So now Negrilla and Kala right on top of each other, trying to keep them off. Kill for win. I think that is over in here. Let's see. I did lose that. We're down to 13 teams, guys. 13 teams. And not a single team is in zone just yet. So these teams have a lot to go. One for off Lavius going down. So let me see if I can figure out where these teams are in a fight, guys. And let's see what's happening over here in Picado. Or Picado, Pachinki. Picado was last match, guys. And one for all. I think they're out of here. It does look like kill for win does take them out over here in Pachinki. We got Hennessy, maybe? Hennessy up to 3 eliminations. And it does look like game point already on that rotation, headed up and into zone there over by that Milta area. TBSS not too far behind him. Also have the top stars not that far away, but I do see kill for win does have another team coming right up and in by the area. We got good games right up there, so I'll go ahead and put this up there for a minute. We let you guys see if the fights break up. Oh, that nade coming right up in the end. So Negrilla, the last one still standing. He does have them all pushing right up and around. He's trying to get the shots, and he goes right into that shotty. Alright, let me put this map screen up there, give you guys an idea where your teams may be. Yeah, let me scroll it on down, and are we all the way out? There you go. That gives you a better idea where your teams might be. We're down to 11 teams. We only have 11 teams left. We do have the teams coming up and around kill for win in the Picado area. Or, second time I've said that. This is Pachinki. Pachinki, lovely. Pushing in from that south side. We do have a line of a good game all the way on that northern side, but we're down to just a trio. So let's see what Hennessy is doing over here. Looks like he's paying attention. He knows that they are coming up and around. So we'll go ahead and keep an eye on the map, but we'll give him some screen time. There we go, guys. And we do have a couple of teams right over by the boatyard ruins area. It looks like we might have Brutal, the Delegote getting pushed up on by Pachette from Team 11. Maybe, ooh, what a shot. Right in and across the canal. Look at this. Pops setup does see Team 14 trying to push up and around over to his teammates. Good game. Down a player now. So let's go ahead and scroll back on out. We still do not have any teams in zone just yet. So all these teams still have to rotate on in. We did get our Sud has been knocked. So now let's check in on Kaylee right on over here. Next to Team 14. Good game coming right up and in. Popping up from the staircase, but he cannot get the eliminations because they do have Team 14 coming up right behind him. And so now he's going to get on in the cross, going to try to pick up our Sue, and we still have, let's see, what is Hennessy doing over here? Hennessy up to 4 eliminations. Kill for win, keeping the teams out of Picado, and we still do not have any teams in zone. There are still no teams in this zone. So let's get on over here and check in on what's going on with the ruins, because the Delegote's still over here on this boatyard, and the fight's coming right up and in. So now here they come, and now Brutal Esports down to just a duo, as here comes Team 11 pushing right up and in. Maybe does have his back over to the Delegote, and they're still trying to push right up and in. And I think Delegote may be the last one still standing. Let's see what's going on as Delegote tries to come in and across. You can see that we've got Ice Goat. He has been knocked down to about 5 HP. The Delegote trying to get those shots right up and over. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in on this map on over here. We did have a couple of teams. TBSS was in a fight. Oh, and there goes the Delegote. We did have a team come right up into Novo, and I think TBSS finished them off. I did miss it on the elimination feed. No, they moved up and around, and I think that was the top stars that were really close, and they are still all pushing up and into the zone. We do finally have a team in zone. Team 8, Vincer Mortham, headed up towards that Stauber compound just to the southwest. Our drop is coming down and in, but all these teams are in the rotation. So let me go ahead and put that map up there, give you an idea of where your teams may be coming in. Don't forget that we do have that team TBSS all the way down on the military base, and right now they are pretty separated out. We don't have anybody that on a collision course. They are all just staying away from each other. It looks like Vincer Mortham going up towards that north shoreline, up just to the north of Stauber. They're over by that gas station, Severny gas station area. So I think our next fight, I think maybe down in the southern side. Ooh, I did see a couple teams coming up on top of each other over here by Yasnaya. So we do have a team in Yasnaya. Let's go ahead and check in on them. As they can see, this is Mystic Esports with Kill for Win driving up and around, and Kill for Win coming out of that Pachinki area. They had 2 full teams right on them, and you can see that Hennessy up to 5 eliminations. There's all 80-year eliminations coming out of Pachinki. Nice for Hennessy for sure. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and take over that station area. Let's check in on what they're keeping an eye on, because right now everybody is just in their rotations coming up and around still. Nobody really close to each other just yet. I can zoom in just a little bit more. I'll keep him on your screen, but he is just looting, so let's go ahead and pay attention to the rotations coming up and in. I don't see anybody. I do see over towards that southeast side. I feel like we got them kind of on top of each other. Perfecto should be able to see game point coming in. So we might have a fight right on this area because Top Stars are taking over the southeast edge. Got him from that bass mouth all the way over to towards that one compound by the mansion. I think Perfecto's gonna head on out of there, so they might not see this rotation, but they are headed straight on over here towards Kevlo on this eastern bank of the bass mouth. And we might have a fight over here as here comes a couple of the different teams actually. TBSS coming in right behind Game Point. Let's check in on what Game Point is doing as he is pushing right up this hill. And we are getting pinched now between Team 21, the Top Stars, and we have TBSS also coming right up and in. You can see that all Top Stars with that hovercraft going down and out, but we've got TBSS coming up along that other side as well. So let's check in on TBSS as they are coming into this edge. You can see them paying very close attention. Albana, here comes Team 9 driving right up and in. Exotic Alliance. So here comes all the chaos right over onto this ridge line. Let's see what's going on over here as they are all driving right in the cluster. These teams cluster into the same positions. Here comes the mollies, the nades coming out onto TBSS from the Exotic Alliance. Oh, did he get one with that nade? I didn't. The elimination feed now going off like crazy as TBSS are right on this edge of zone. We also have gas going on to this western edge as well. And so now let's see what else is going on between these two players. We got Torpedo down, Albana, the last one still standing. So now we still have the fight going on over here with Wishroom and Team 11. Maybe, I think maybe is now out of this. We're down to the top 6 teams and only 2 teams out of this. Our fight is still going on over here between Game Point and the Exotics. I see one of them from Exotic has been knocked. Let's check in on what's going on over here. Frozen, our last match top fragger. Let's keep an eye on him. Give him a little more screen time love. We do some Test. Woohoo! Test with those toes sticking out. He found your toes. So now there's the first initial knock, and we do have EAYF bleeding on out, and now Frozen watching as they are coming up and around that other side. Insert Mortem going around that north side of the zone. We still have Top Stars, Kevlo. We are down to the top 6 teams. We still have 2 teams over here, Inyas, Naya as well. We still have Mystic Esports and Kill for Win. Kill for Win coming out of that Pachinki area with all sorts of kills for win. And so Frozen now the last one still standing. He's gonna try to get reflex picks back up, but now here comes the push up by another fragger from Tonight. Test from Game Point. Game Point coming right up and in, trying to figure out where they are. The mollies and the nades coming into the squad house. But Exotic Alliance trying to come on through. Test with that S12. Oh, but he gets shot in the back and goes down. So now Game Point Cantusi does have to come on into the Exotic Alliance. Can he clutch it up? The Exotic Alliance is down to a solo. Reflex trying to pick up Frozen, and now Cantusi also trying to pick up Meth as Groza taking those shots from across the way, trying to cover for his team, and the zone does pop. The two teams that are over in Yasnaya need to come out of Yasnaya and move into the zone. So let me put this up there really quickly so you can check in on your final 6 teams. Are they in? Groza, get your head in that car. So now here comes Team 8 coming down and around. It is Vincent Mortem down. Oh, his shroom gets taken out of his car by Team 5 across the way. Kill for win right up on that north side, coming into the center zone. So we are down to the top 5 teams, and most of these teams are, 2 of these teams are right across the way. We still have Team 4, Mystic Esports, coming up and around that south side. And they may end up right over here on the Vincer Mortem, up to 11 eliminations in that fight. They are rotating up on that ridge line, trying to get better angles over onto Kill for win. Hennessy trying to get those spray shots. Hennessy still at 5 eliminations. They are up to 9 eliminations. Kaylee able to get one of those eliminations, but here they come right up and in. Mystic Esports coming into this final zone. You know, we are only in stage 4 and only have 4 teams remaining, and now Kaylee driving right up behind. Look at this. He's got the nade primed and ready as Mystic Esports coming up that ridge line, jumping through, and one of them does go down on that backside. And now Taz trying to get on over out of the way of Kaylee's nades. Kaylee nade that right up and in. Taz coming on down. Taz trying to get those smokes, trying to get Leo picked back up. Sugar trying to throw those nades up and over, trying to stop the push from Team 5. But now Vincer coming right on in onto Kill for Win. Let's get on over to Kill for Win. We have Kaylee up in the grandma's house. Kaylee trying to keep their head down, and all these teams are now outside of zone. Only Top Star is in zone at the moment, and he is hearing all this chaos right on this ridge line. So now we still have the 3 teams over in this compound, and Kaylee trying to keep them off. Molly's coming right up and in on top of Grandma's attic. So now let's see what's going on, because I see the Top Star coming right up and in onto Vincer Mortem. And now Kaylee trying to hold him off. Kaylee gets to, Kaylee clutching it up, and now Kaylee trying to hold off. We are down to the final 2 teams as all of Vincer Mortem pushing into Grandma's house, and there you have it, Vincer Mortem. What kind of chaos was 16? 6 eliminations, 10 placement points, 26 total points for this final Erangel match. Kill for Win coming out of Pachinki with all those wins, up to 12 eliminations, and maybe her Mystic Esports. I'm sorry, guys. Mystic Esports, a trio coming in third. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 and 14. Going all out. Kill 4. Win. Kaylee. 6 eliminations. 916 damage. And guys, we will be right back with tonight's final live unofficial scores. But I will be right back. Up that staircase. All right, guys, let's see what else is happening on this map. Let me go ahead and put that map screen back up, because now the teams are mostly apart from each other. We do have We Run Extreme not too far away from the team right over in here, which is Fireboys at the Hacienda del Patron. Fireboys also took out a team, so let's see if we can figure out the two teams that we might have lost already. And we lost Shockwave and the Ecosol. So Ecosol. And it looks like we might be headed on over. It looks like we're getting ready to push up and in. It kind of surprises me how often Fireboys does rotate in the none of them from Shockwave. Oops, right when I said that, Fireboys Gaming, one of them does get knocked out, and so now We Run Extreme down just below does have one player off in that distance. You can see him way over on that on that eastern edge. Let me see if we can find him. The other 3 have been taken down and out. Let's see which one. It is Novice. Novice is from the top of the hill trying to get those shots down onto Fireboys Gaming. He does have a vehicle, so he's going to be able to get on out of there. But the rest of his teammates, look at this, they are all over here trying to get those shots down onto Fireboys. His Fireboys is trying to get his teammates picked back up. Novice now getting found from across that ridge line. Ooh, look at that. They got right into that 4-time spray. That 4-time spray knocking another one out of the cars. The other 2 from Fireboys way up on that ridge line. He still has a did get him picked back up, so now Fireboys up to all 4 of them again. We do have quite a bit of damage over here. His teammate John Nears. John Nears. I have no idea. He is out in that wide open, bleeding out, and here comes Fireboys. I can see him coming right up and in on top of him. You can see he's getting closer and closer right in front of him. He's right behind that tree on the other side. I'm not sure if Novice knows he's here. Oh, here comes the nade. So the nade, he just saw the edge of him, but Fireboys does separate out. You can see that they are also coming out and around. Woo! And there they go. So now Fireboys up to 8 eliminations. Fireboys Gaming coming in hot. Let me go ahead and put that screen back up there. And our Murano, the golden Murano, not so golden after all of that. So now let's see, where else are we? We are down to the 15 teams. So we do have a lot of teams out here on this eastern edge. We still have a team all the way up in Camp Militar, all the way south to Puerto Paricio. Scattered teams, so They do need to rotate in a lot of these other teams. We do have Nari. Let me check in on Nari. There we go. Not a bad flight path. Not a bad flight path at all. And so now here we go. Nari Kudum for my YouTube chat. They are center zone. And our zone's getting ready to pop. We do have a few more minutes of it. But we also have Boars Gaming. Hello everyone and welcome back. Here are the scores for the Diamond Prestige Southeast Series Grand Finals. Vincer Martham, 73 total points at last. Erangel just pushing them way up and over. Game Point coming in second with 63, maybe at 56. There are your scores. Thank you, everyone, for coming out and supporting the Four Bastards and me, the Bastards Esports Discord server. They all truly appreciate you, and so do I. Each and every one of these teams, these players that you're supporting, thank you. Have a great night. Stay safe, and I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.